What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about what to look out for when choosing a new gym, school, or teacher. Alright, so regardless if you've been training forever and you're just looking to switch things up, or if you took a long break and now you're trying to find a new spot, or if you're brand new and you're looking to start fresh, there are some very easy ways to tell if the teacher or the gym or the school is a right fit for you. The first thing to understand is that you need to feel comfortable and confident with wherever you're training and whomever you're training with. Don't feel pressure to start or stay anywhere for any reason. Your training is for you. It's your time, your money, your effort. It's all about you. So if you feel apprehensive or you have concerns about a place, you're probably right. And while there are a ton of variables because we're all super different, there are some pretty consistent things that I look for that most other people look for. So the first thing is cleanliness. Now, I don't care if you're training in a basement, in a park, in a garage, in a backyard, in a really top-of-the-line gym or some type of training facility. It's got to be clean. There's this really old school mentality that's pretty dumb of like, no, it should be dirty and there should be rusted nails everywhere. And no, that's ridiculous. It needs to be clean. Cleanliness is about safety first. You know, things like hepatitis and staph, those are real. You can get seriously hurt or die from these things. So if a place is clean, your risk of getting any of those goes way down. So if this is a gym, that means people are wiping the equipment down, the floors are being cleaned every day, you know, everything like that. The bathrooms are really clean. If this is a martial arts school, same thing. The mats are cleaned every day, at least once a day. You know, if you're doing things like wrestling or jiu-jitsu or judo and you're on the ground a lot, they need to be cleaned multiple times a day. Again, staph is common, it's real, and people die from it. Die from training. That's not supposed to happen. So clean mats, clean floors, clean equipment. So one of the easiest ways to tell if a place is clean is the restroom. If it's gross, the chances of like everybody in there being gross are pretty high. Just like a restaurant. You go into a restaurant and the bathroom's filthy or it's just wet everywhere. You can be pretty sure that if it's gross, the kitchen's gross too. And whoever's handling your food is gross. And what you're eating is gross. If you go into somebody's house and their bathroom is disgusting, then they're probably a pig person and you need to get new friends. So clean restrooms. Now outside of that, cleanliness represents people who actually care about where they are and care about the people coming into where they are. That tells you so much about a person and about what kind of environment you're in and how much do they actually care about you. So again, it doesn't matter if this is a fitness gym or a martial arts or boxing gym. You know, if the place is clean, the people are probably more clean, and your interactions with them will be clean as well. Super important. You know, things like health, fitness, martial arts, nutrition, these are endeavors of discipline and self-respect. So if a place isn't clean, then that person doesn't either have a lot of respect for themselves or for you, but probably both. So that's number one. Cleanliness, cleanliness, cleanliness. That's kind of hard to say quickly. Cleanliness, cleanliness, cleanliness. Yeah. All right, safety's next. Now this is a big one and it covers quite a few things, but we're going to get into it. So we just talked about a place and its people being clean, which is obviously a big part of safety. But now we're talking about pretty specific, very literal sense of the term. So I've been in schools where there's like rusty nails sticking out of the floor, exposed electrical wire, things like that. You know, you shouldn't have to run the risk of getting tetanus or shocked because you want to learn martial arts or get in shape. That shouldn't be a part of your process. It doesn't make you tough, it doesn't make you cool, it's not romantic, it's stupid and it's ridiculous. So if somewhere has a bunch of really heavy things hanging in a precarious position that could fall on you at any moment and they just say like, oh yeah, try to watch out, that's a stupid thing. And again, and that goes back to self-respect and how much the people who run or work at this establishment respect you as a customer or a student or a member or whatever. Now I know it's super romantic in the movies when you see like just awful conditions that people are working out or training in and they're sitting there like shadow boxing or doing push-ups in just gross, you know, like I said, nails sticking out, but that is not cool. It's just romantic for a movie. In real life, that's just a recipe to get hurt. And if you get hurt, you can't continue for a while or maybe permanently, depending on how serious it is. So the biggest issue when it comes to safety in schools and gyms is the owner or the teacher or the head of the place. I've been in martial arts schools where the head of the school would literally try to hurt students to feel tough. This is not a fight. This is training. And this is a safe, controlled environment. This is not real. But I've seen teachers just beat the hell out of their students. I don't know why. It makes them feel good or something like that. And then the students take it because they feel, well, this is my teacher. They surely know what's best. I'm here. They've been through this process. I'm trying to learn this process. So if they beat the hell out of me, well, that's okay. It's not okay. And in gyms, I've seen that same meathead mentality too, where it's like throw the weights down and yell. And, that stuff leads to more problems. People getting in fights, being overly aggressive, being fearful, getting bullied. So that's all part of safety. The head of the school, the owner of the school needs to set the tone. And if the tone is aggressive, everybody should be at each other's throats, that's not okay. It comes from the top down, and that means that owner or teacher is like that too. Now, safety also means proper technique. This is true, I don't care what you're doing. Muay Thai, karate, boxing, you're lifting weights, you're doing yoga, whatever it is. If nobody's out there checking or reinforcing proper form, you will absolutely get hurt. There's no way around it. It's just a matter of time. Safety first, everybody. Safety, motherfucking first. So a lot of these things kind of blend together. And the next topic we kind of touched on a little bit, but we're going to talk about it more right now. And that's the students or the members. The people that you're surrounded with, that you're training with alongside, that you're working out with alongside, is really going to make or break a school. In certain martial arts schools, you see a lot of really insecure people who are trying to hurt new people or hurt each other so they feel like they're top dog in the school, and that's all ridiculous. Your training partners should be there to lift you up, to support you, to encourage you, to help you get better, and you them. It should be this kind of circle of people sharing information to increase everybody's skill, not about somebody holding on to something and holding it over the others. It's just really toxic behavior, and that's not a place you want to be. So if everybody around you is all focused on getting better and they understand that, well, if the person next to me is getting better, they're going to help me get better. And if I'm getting better, I'm going to help them. So everybody's really involved and passionate about helping everybody else. Everybody improves, everybody feels good, and that's what this is all about. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it's about feeling better and making the world better. Now look, there are always going to be people in a place that you might not vibe with 100%. But the reason you don't vibe with them shouldn't be because they're a horrible asshole and they're trying to hurt you, or they're being really aggressive. It should maybe be like, I don't like that person's laugh, or they have horrible taste in music, or yeah, they're nice, but I don't know, we just don't click for whatever reason. Those are things that are okay. You don't have to love everybody 100%, but it shouldn't be so imbalanced that you actively root against the people that you're around. And now we come to the teacher or the owner or the head coach or the head trainer. Now, I'm a firm believer in any problem with a place, any problem with a business, any problem with any type of product is the owner's responsibility. It doesn't matter if they're not actually there making the thing or actually there teaching everybody on the floor. This is their place, their product. They are responsible for everything. The tone in a building is set by the people who run it. If a place is a mess, the teacher's a mess. If there's a bad energy in the place, then the owner has a bad energy. Don't fool yourself into believing that that's not true. Now, I've met and spent time with teachers and trainers who believe they can do no wrong. Everything they say is completely true and authentic and correct. When you're that closed off, everybody suffers. That's crazy toxic, and even worse, it's contagious. If the head of a place, if the top trainer in a gym is super full of themselves and puts other people down, eventually you're going to take on those traits as well. It's only natural. You look up to this person, you're looking to them for advice, you're trying to emulate this person, you're going to take on some of those traits as well. In a martial arts or boxing school, it's the same thing, but even more amplified because the nature of what you're doing is aggressive. You are fighting, you're trying to hurt or learn how to hurt people or hurt somebody or protect yourself. So if the teacher is really aggressive and mean and ugly, then you're going to be a part of that and you're going to eventually become that too. And again, if we go back to the whole reason we're doing this is for personal growth and self-understanding and discipline and love, then you're already straying very far away from that. And now that brings us to content, what you're actually learning in a place. So let's say you found a place, it's clean, awesome. You met a bunch of the people there, they're all friendly and nice, and you guys go out and have drinks or dinner. It's great, everybody's super cool and they're there to support each other. The teacher's great, he washes your car while you're training or whatever it is. The next big part of this is, what are they teaching here? What are they showing here? What am I learning here? I've been around some really cool martial arts teachers who were the nicest people, so loving, and they worked hard and they tried hard and they believed in what they were doing, but the material they were teaching just wasn't very good. No disrespect to them, they had a pursuit, they believe it's good, and they're continuing with it, which is great. In martial arts, if ultimately the goal is, I need to learn how to protect myself or protect my loved ones, it doesn't matter how nice that person is. If you're spending all this time learning and paying and your money and your time, you got to walk away with some real skill at some point. And I've been in schools with hundreds of students and there wasn't a fight in the room. That's not good. Also, there are a lot of gyms and personal training facilities or personal trainers that are just not teaching good stuff, not teaching sound material, sound principles, especially just like no form. There's very popular workout routines that don't care at all about form. It's literally just go as fast as you can, as hard as you can, and that's all we're looking for. That means you're getting better or something. That's not true. That's a surefire way to get hurt, but also you're not really learning anything. So if you don't care about that and you're just looking for like a social gathering and it doesn't matter to you, like maybe you're already in decent shape or you don't care about getting in shape, or maybe you already know how to do real martial arts or you don't care about knowing how to do real martial arts. You just want to hang out with nice people, learn a thing, then don't worry about it. Do whatever you like. But if you're actually serious about developing real skills safely and effectively, then the content really does matter. Being a teacher is a massive responsibility. You're taking this person's time and money and effort in your hands, and they believe that you're going to help them. So a teacher who just kind of like throws that away and doesn't care, I have no respect for. You need to be working your ass off if somebody's coming to you believing that you're going to help them. And that's true if you're a martial arts teacher, that's true if you're a personal trainer, you're teaching somebody how to do bodybuilding or whatever. You're teaching somebody how to play the recorder. You need to cherish that trust and give them honest, real skill. That includes keeping them safe, making them feel encouraged and ready to keep working, and also being very honest with them and letting them know like, hey, you're not doing what you said you would do, or you told me you had these goals when you started and you're kind of ignoring them now. So what's going on? Let's reassess. That's all part of it. So ask questions as a student. You need to ask questions. If it's in a boxing gym and you're doing some kind of movement and you're like, this feels kind of weird, ask. Don't just assume that, well, I'm new, so I'm not good. I mean, that's true, but also ask. That'll make you better as well. You'll be challenged to learn more by asking questions. If you're in a martial arts school and they're showing you some kind of move and you're like, I don't know, that seems kind of ridiculous. It might be ridiculous, or you just might not understand what's going on, but at least find that out. Then, trust in the training as well. So if they say like, yes, here's what we're getting at, but you have to just keep working it because you're not coordinated or strong or fast enough yet to do it functionally. That's another thing. And if you're lifting weights and you're like feeling it, let's say, I use the example of deadlifts a lot because it's a great movement, but one that is so easily done really terribly with disastrous results. So if you're doing a deadlift and they're starting off with, way too much weight, you're going to hurt yourself, but you'll probably feel it a little bit prior to that happening. You should ask, hey, am I supposed to be in pain? Not discomfort, not tired or sore or lactic acid buildup, but there's pain, which will lead to injury. Should I be feeling that? So another huge thing here is that any teacher or school or gym or trainer should allow you to come in and watch, see what it's all about. If it's a martial arts or boxing school or like a boot camp, you should be able to, if not take a class for free, at least watch a class so you can see what's going on. There are so many martial arts schools that are like, no, you can't watch. This is like closed doors. But if you pay, then yeah, come right in. That's absurd. You should absolutely be able to watch what you're about to do prior to doing it. Same thing in the gym. You should be able to walk around the gym, see what's going on. If they have group classes, watch a group class. If there's a training session between a personal trainer and a person, you should be able to watch and get a feel for what it is and how it works and if it connects with you at all. So those are the main points: the cleanliness, the safety, the students, the teacher, and the content. 5 very simple things. What I recommend is just look on Yelp or Google or your phone book. Do they still make phone books? Do they still make phone books? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Try a bunch of places. Don't walk into the first place and be like, okay, well, this is the place I found, so I just have to stay here. Try a bunch out. There's nothing holding you in. And that's another thing. Contracts. I'm not into contracts. Most places don't do them now, but if they do, it's kind of a weird thing. You have to be a little suspicious of a place that wants to lock you in, whether you like it or not, just because you signed a piece of paper. If somebody's confident in their material, confident in their school, confident in their process, they don't need a contract. So try places out. And if you try a place and you like it, but your friend recommends another one, go check it out and see. It might be better, it might not, but there's nothing stopping you from checking it out. All right, I hope that helps. Feel free to shoot questions at me, comment below, let me know if any of this resonates with you, or maybe you have additional things to add when looking for a place. As always, please subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Smoke signal, Morse code, carrier pigeon, text, email, any other way you can get a hold of me. All right, peace.